It is lawn chair season. Shout out to my boy 2K for saying that as soon as the fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Lamont Peterson was announced. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I am back with a quick recap of tonight's main event, headlined by Errol Spence taking on Lamont Peterson, live on Showtime from the Barclay Arena in Brooklyn, New York. Errol Spence was defending his title, his IBF title, IBF welterweight title for the first time. 8 months ago over there in the UK, he made Kell Brook quit when he broke his left orbital bone, I believe, in the 11th round, to win his first world title. Now he's back to face the KG veteran, the experienced veteran, two-division champ, Lamont Peterson. And going into this fight, man, we knew what it was. We gave Lamont Peterson a very slim chance of pulling off a major upset. And as you can see, when these two guys got in the ring, it just was no comparison. Even though the physical abilities, it seems, okay, both guys are 5'9", both guys, have the same reach or a half-inch reach advantage for Errol Spence. Both guys came in close in weight, but that doesn't mean a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Spence is younger. He's the fresher fighter. He's the better skilled fighter. He's the stronger fighter. He's the bigger fighter. He had all of these things going into his favor, and he simply is unstoppable right now. He's a beast. I mean, he's playing no games. You know what I'm saying? He done stopped Chris Algieri. He done stopped Leonard Bundu. He done stopped Kell Brook. Now he done stopped Lamont Peterson. He continues to call for a fight with Keith Thurman, but we'll talk about that later a little bit in this video, and I'll just make more videos on that down the line. But the action was pretty much, look, Lamont Peterson couldn't outbox him. He couldn't outfight him. Early in the fight, he came out tense and slow. As we all know, Lamont Peterson isn't a fast starter. He's slow out of the gates. But he couldn't afford to do that in this fight. He needed to come out and get the respect of Errol Spence any way possible, and he simply couldn't do that. And you could tell by the third round, man, that those body shots was already taking their toll on Lamont Peterson. He was breathing hard. You could tell he was already hurting. You could look it in his face, and it just went downhill from there. He wasn't able to use his jab effectively to keep Errol Spence at bay. He wasn't able to move laterally, side to side. He wasn't able to slip shots. He wasn't able to turn Errol Spence, who was phenomenal at cutting the ring off. Errol Spence has one of the best jabs. He's a southpaw, and that jab is always in your face. He uses it to set up everything. He threw the right hook. He threw the left uppercut. He threw the right hook to the body. He threw the left hook to the body. He threw his straight left hand. I mean, his total offense was on display tonight. It was a thing of beauty. He was confident in there. He was moving a little bit. You could tell he's playing it up to the crowd who came out to see him. I mean, he put on a terrific performance. And he just gradually wore down Lamont Peterson, who gave a valiant effort. One of my favorite fighters, one of the toughest fighters fighting today. He just didn't have anything for Spence tonight. And you can kind of see the conversation between him and his father figure, longtime trainer, Barry Hunter, who was saying, man, after the 6th round, he was like, look, man, you're not looking too good. I'm thinking about stopping it. And Lamont said, I'm good. I'm losing every round, but I'm good. You tell that fighter's mentality that he's not going to quit. He's going to go out on his shield if he has to. And he came out for that round. And you could tell that Spence took that round off. And, they got a history of sparring with each other, being friends. So I'm pretty sure Spence didn't want to put too much of a hurting on his friend Lamont Peterson. But after the 6th round, Lamont went back to the corner, eyes swollen shut, and he was able to go out. But after that, getting ready to go out for the 8th, Barry Hunter did the right thing and, and stopped the fight. It was pointless at that moment to continue to let, Lamont Peterson take unnecessary punishment, and like he said, Barry Hunter in the post-fight interview with Jim Gray. He said that he don't care more about boxing than he do his son. You know, we all know the backstory of Anthony Peterson and Lamont Peterson. They were homeless. They stumbled upon the gym in Washington, D.C., their hometown, where they met up with Barry Hunter, and he's been like pretty much their father ever since. He took them in, he taught them how to fight, how to box, and, you know, he's brought Lamont Peterson to being a two-division champion. Anthony's still boxing. You know, he had his injuries and whatnot, so it remains to be seen, you know, if he'll become a champion. But he's done great things in the amateurs and has had a solid, you know, pro career. So, you know, Peterson doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. Man, he just went up against a wrecking ball right now. Spence is probably the most feared welterweight going right now. He's continuing to call for a fight with Keith Thurman. Terrence Crawford is now in the welterweight division. He will be facing Jeff Horn, I believe, April 21st or the 14th for the WBO welterweight, you know, title. So, I mean, those are the top three, you know, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Terrence Crawford. Those are the top three guys in the welterweight division, and we're going to see how it plays out. But, again, Errol Spence was terrific. He got the 7-round TKO. Barry Hunter stopped the fight. In the post-fight interview, Jim Gray asked him about Keith Thurman or who he wanted next, and he continues to repeat himself. He wants Keith Thurman. He called him Keith Sometime Thurman, saying that pretty much he's a sometimer. He not one time. He's sometime. He's sometimer when it comes to fighting him. You know, he said, you know, Keith Thurman in interviews late last year, early mid last year that, you know, Errol Spence is not on his radar. He's just not thinking about him. So maybe in 2019. But all boxing fans, all fighters, all media will probably admit that one tune-up fight, you know, for Keith Thurman, then you get it on with Errol Spence. There's no need to make this fight, you know, drag on any longer than what it is, because Keith Thurman, you're getting older, not to say you close to out of your prime or anything, but the longer you let this fight draw out, the more you decrease your chances of winning, because Errol Spence is only 27. He's entering the prime of his career. He admitted that he has to get better defensively, which he does. He still squares up, you know, at times, which could, you know, be detrimental if he goes up against a Keith Thurman or a guy who can punch and take advantage of that and who can deal with, you know, the type of pressure and power that, you know, Spence, you know, possesses. But we all know that Spence's style is, you know, kryptonite to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman does not take body shots well. And what does Errol Spence do? He goes to the body consistently. He's very effective there, and he's just a big puncher. So if it's in Keith Thurman's best interest to make that fight happen this year, not next year, not 2020, because the longer you drag on, the more you decrease your chance of being able to defeat Errol Spence Jr. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Drop those comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts was on this fight. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.